Welcome back to the Black Jersey, guys. It's your boy Max back at it again, hosting this great channel, and huge congratulations to Aaron Smith for reaching his 100th test last night. He becomes the first Māori player to reach 100 tests, so huge congratulations to him. This is a big milestone for our country too, because he's also our first halfback to reach 100 tests. His family looked so proud of him, and unfortunately though, we did not win by the biggest margin. The final score, as you can see, was 33-25, so yeah, not the prettiest final score, is it? Anyway, let's hop right into the video, and I'm going to break down a few moments from the test and my overall feelings on it. Let's go. So last night, I think both teams were really running the ball incredibly hard. For the first 20 minutes or so, Australia were pretty much dominating possession, but even though that was the case, they were making so many fewer tackles than ourselves. I think Sam Whitelock was once again brilliant as the captain. Aaron Smith, who I mentioned before, was passing really well, but my man of the match overall has got to be Richie Mo'unga. Mo'unga was actually kicking quite a lot of penalties in that first half. It's a tactic the All Blacks don't normally tend to go for. We're much bigger fans of kicking for touch, finding some ground, sending a driving maul up the way, sending one of the backs into score, maybe 14 or 15, but this time, Sam Whitelock was very direct to Mo'unga with what he wanted. In the first half, the wind was facing the way of the Wallabies goal line, so he was like, Richie, start kicking those penalties, mate. We're going to score a few points off that. Let's go for it. And I think Richie did really well, apart from his final two kicks before he got replaced by Beauden Barrett. He also scored a really good intercept try about like 10 minutes into the second half. I think our scrum was pretty solid too. The Australians definitely were having a rough time in the second half because of our scrum too. Big Carl Tuinukuafi was hugely dominant in front of his home crowd. He was great. I do think the centre pairing of David Havili and Anton Leonard-Brown weren't making too much noise. Hunter Paisami, the Aussie 12, was actually pretty solid, I think, but David Havili and ALB definitely got some pretty good hits in there, Havili scoring a try for himself as well. Dane Coles as well was meant to play in this test, so some Sony Taukei'aho, because Colesy was ruled out at such short notice, actually ended up coming on and he wore jersey number 26. I haven't seen an All Black wearing a jersey other than 1 through to 23 for a long time, so it was quite cool to see a jersey 26 out there. I think Cody Taylor was pretty solid in the line-out. Brody Vitalik though at lock, I do think is possibly past his best, as I've said before. Patrick Tuipulotu actually made 7 tackles coming off the bench because Australia had so much possession with only 15 minutes left to go. At one stage we were up 33-8, but the final score, as I said before, it ended up being 33-25. We just couldn't get any turnovers. Dalton Papali'i did make a lot of tackles, but he really failed to impose himself on the breakdown, I felt, so that's quite disappointing because I was actually really excited at the prospect of Papali'i in there as not only a second open side, but a third jumper for the line-out. I was kind of disappointed by Luke Jacobson as well. He didn't really add the most impact off the bench either. Brad Weber, he came on with only 7 minutes left, I think, as well, which is a huge credit to Aaron Smith for his 100th too. He just kept battling away there, Aaron Smith. The two Barrett brothers, Bodie and Geordie, didn't have the flashiest game of their lives either, but hey, we're not all perfect, it's just how life is sometimes. I do think one of the main talking points as well is Noah Lolissio'S goal kicking. If not for Lolissio'S horrid goal kicking, sorry to be rude to him, but it wasn't very good at all. I believe Australia probably would have won. His goal kicking percentage was not very high, as you can see from the stats here, so that's a very worrying thing ahead of the next test. We've got one match down, but there's another 2 to go, and if Australia can win the other 2 matches, they'll be taking back the Bledisloe Cup, which is not very good in my opinion, and I do think performances like these, although we've won, can be quite lackluster for the All Blacks brand, and Ian Foster's contract is something to worry about, because performances like these aren't the best key performance indicator for a head coach of a hugely respected nation. I do think overall our defence was pretty solid. We were running the ball pretty hard, but overall there are a lot of things to improve upon, and it might have been a bit of a shock for the All Blacks because playing against Fiji and against Tonga was a lot easier for us. So fingers crossed our boys can be a lot better next time and blow the Wallabies away next week. That's all from me today. I'm going to go and sleep. So thank you so much for watching my last 2 videos, guys. Make sure to give this channel a like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. Follow us on the Patreon and the Discord server. And I'll see you again, guys. See you later.